Welcome. We will reconvene into open session at 5:39. Report action taken in closed session.
None.
None. Stipulated expulsion for student 2324B.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any noes? Any abstained? Passed with 3 votes. Okay, we now have the Pledge of Allegiance from students from Ophir School.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for inviting us to lead your meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. We are students from Ophir School. My name is Charlotte Cortez. Saying the Pledge of Allegiance helps form a connection to our country, the United States of America. When we say the Pledge of Allegiance, we honor the flag and everything it represents. My name is Kayliana Carranza. We are a country with diverse population. Saying the Pledge of Allegiance instills a sense of pride for all people. My name is Jackson McManus. We say the Pledge of Allegiance to start a day at school, to begin official meetings or ceremonies, and we honor the flag at special events like ball games. We would like to lead you in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. Salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And before you sit down, I have some certificates for you, so please come forward. Jackson, for you. Congratulations. And if you'd like, and go down.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Charlotte.
Thank you for coming.
Job didn't.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Nice job tonight.
Thank you. Good job.
Thank you so much. Great job.
Thank you.
Do you want to skip it? We're going in regular.
We'll go regular.
Thank We will now move on to the comment section. Comments and announcements by board members. Bill LaGrone. Sandra Barnes.
At this time.
Lisa Torres, which is myself, and I have nothing at this time. Comments and announcements by administration. Dr. Spencer Holtum.
Yes, I just have a couple. First of all, I'd like to welcome all our educators here tonight that are retiring. That section is coming later in the agenda, but I'd like to welcome you and congratulate you on making it this far in your career. We only got 20 days left, okay? But who's counting, right? Just a couple of announcements. This is going to be a very busy 20 days for myself and cabinet and the board, as we have honors night, open houses, and promotions coming up. But it's a great time of year. Also want to announce that on May the 29th, the Oroville City Elementary School District is working with the city and local agencies, and we're going to be doing a community education event, which is going to be May the 29th at 5:30 at the Oroville Convention Center, and we'll be posting this on our websites and things in the very near future, inviting all our families and all of our community connection people out there, from mental health to nonprofits, all these other organizations, and to let our families know all the different resources that we have within this community, because we have a vast amount of resources. And that's all I have for tonight.
Thank you. Andrew James.
I'd just like to say, I'm looking at the list of retirees tonight. It's a big part of my career is retiring amongst all these people that are here. So a lot of relationships I have, and look forward to forging new relationships, but I'm gonna miss all of you.
Thank you. Troy Cox.
Yeah, so I was able to hand out the curriculum and instruction board report. I'll just do briefly. One of the biggest ones is as of last Wednesday, we were state board approved for our California Community Schools Partner Program grant, which means that we were able to secure a $7.6 million grant for our school district, which will include positions of social worker, type mental health services for each site. Each site will have their own person that is involved in creating the community schools, as well as 2 full-time art teachers for our middle schools. So the grant will be able to offer some additional services to help improve the community in which we serve. So really looking forward to that. We were able to get through that, secure it, and write a plan and get through it. So good news. LCAP Equity Multiplier Community Meetings were completed. Those are extra funds that will be utilized for ISHE and studios as far as supporting our specific subgroups. We also have our continued DOJ work. We're in the process of refining our reporting for next year based on the majority of our items that have been compliant for 2 years. So there'll be some more information coming from that. DOJ will be visiting on May 15th. That'll be their annual visit. Counseling group will be completing at the end of this month. I believe it's May 29th, will be completing their FBA training, which will be the full year, completing training for psychologists, counselors, and ed therapists. So good work for all of them. It's been a long year. They've done a great job. And our LCAP work is, as we've met with all groups, parents, teachers, classified, and we're putting the plan together, and the draft will be coming out in the next couple weeks. So we are full bore on LCAP and look forward to having it all put together shortly. Thank you.
Thank you. And Hala Gutierrez.
Yeah. So I was able to go to the studios, had a talent show, and it was a blast. So if you get a chance to go next year, it was their first annual. So Mr. Zong and your staff did an amazing job putting that on. And it was really fun to watch all these kids with tons of talent that we have. And then also last Friday was the BCOE track and field event before it was called the Special Olympics, formerly called the Special Olympics. This year was the first year preschool was invited. So we took our team down to Harrison Stadium last Friday and walked the track with Dr. Holtum, and all of our school sites were represented there. And then 2 of our students it's Noemi and Georgia in the blue SDO shirts, are featured with Mary Sukuram, our BCOE superintendent, and they're on their website. So they were made famous, and that is their little friend from Helen Wilcox Elementary. So it was a great time. And if you're able to attend next year, I highly encourage it. It was wonderful.
Okay, we'll now have comments from the public, by the public. The board will extend invitation to interested parties who wish to speak on items that are school related. For those attending remotely who wish to comment, use the raise your hand button to be called on to speak. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes per person and 20 minutes per subject. Is there anybody online?
No.
Okay, we'll move on to recognitions. Retiree recognitions.
Yeah, that's us. And I was waiting for the
There you go.
come up. Yes, thank you. So this is the class of 2024. Okay, you guys are retiring. Tonight, we'll be honoring and showing our love from the board and administrators. We will honor the following employees who have retired during or are retiring at the end of the 23-24 school year. I'm going to read the names first, and then one by one, we'll kind of go through them. Lisa Parks, Health Assistant, Studios at Central. Ron Hotmer, teacher, Ishii Hills. Curtis Shag-Welty, teacher, Ishii Hills. Martina Johnson, teacher, Oakdale Heights. Beth Parmentier, teacher, Oakdale Heights. Rochelle Linden, teacher, SDO. Laura Pond, special education instructional assistant 2, SDO. Deb Almataw, teacher, Stanford Ave. Deb Forwin, SLP, speech therapist, Stanford. Claudia Roberts, campus supervisor, Stanford. Teresa Lucanik, principal, district office. Paul Maybe, food service coordinator, district office. And Stephanie Wisterman, payroll technician, district office. So now we'll start. I'm going to be presenting some of these tonight because we have a couple principals who are unable to attend this evening. We do have other principals that are here. Thank you very much. And we'll start with Lisa Parks. Go on up there, Lisa. Vince, quit showing up all the other principals. Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect. I was
You're
gonna
doing
bring some
awesome.
kids and some
You're setting-
parents.
You're raising the bar. Great job.
I didn't know what to
done.
expect. So here,
Beautiful flowers.
all right.
Right there.
So Lisa Parks. When did she start? 1999. From being at Stanford as their parent coordinator to Oakdale as their front office clerk. 11 years in the district, traveling between 4 schools as one of 4 health aides, helping kids, helping parents, staff, and helping schools. With much need in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, she ended up at the studios. Staying organized with good record keeping, medical logging, incident documenting is her strength. She's patient, humble, empathetic, and just a great human being. The studio staff, students, families will surely miss her. So Ms. Parks, thank you for all the injuries you've cleaned, the bandages that you've put on kids and at times adults, the medications you've administered to both kids and at times the adults too, and the tears that you've dried. And of course, the many years of service you've given to the Oroville City Elementary School District. Retirement is only a phase, and it's a phase we all look forward to. So congratulations, you've made it, and we're proud of you. Okay.
You want to go down there?
And
Right there.
you get to pick one of these,
Okay, so since you're first, you get to pick what color you'd like.
Color of what? Oh, I see.
The contents.
I like.
Okay, Lisa, we got it.
I like it.
Thank you so much for all your time.
Sorry.
Okay.
Great job. Vince. Thank you. Nice job.
congratulations again.
Oh.
Can't bring it in.
Okay, our next honoree is Ron Hotmer. And Ron is unable to attend this evening, and his principal, Lori Gaines is also unable to attend this evening, so I get the opportunity to read about Ron. Ron has been with the district for 25 years. His first was at Central for 10 years, and then the last 15 at Ishii. Ron has served in the Army for 28 years prior to teaching and during his teaching career, even deploying to Afghanistan and Iraq. He's primarily been a middle school science teacher, but dabbed in PE and math as well. He is known for creating a positive and structured classroom environment where students know the boundaries and also have fun. His sense of humor is contagious, and he is more than beloved on our campus. He is looking forward to having no schedule, rebuilding his home, lifting weights, going for bike rides, and swimming whenever he wants. One thing to note, don't ask Ron to heat up your lunch for you in the microwave. He might accidentally nuke it 4 times longer than expected and catch the microwave on fire. Ron will be missed, though. I'm sure Spencer and I will continue to receive educational related articles he finds interesting. Congrats, Ron. Right off into the sunset on that Harley of yours. Thank you, Ron. Next is Curtis Shag Welty. He is a teacher at Ishii Hills. And again, this was written by his principal, Lori Gaines. Shag has been a teacher with the district for 28 years. While the last few years he's been a teacher on special assignment, most of his career has been as an outstanding PE teacher. Shag is well respected and well loved by everyone he works with and all of the students and families he has served. I can't tell you how many times an older student has been on campus asking if Welty still works here and can I talk to him. His philosophy to deal with kids with dignity and compassion. He is calm in his demeanor and always utilizes humor even in tough situations. I constantly hear how much he will be missed at Ishii and how lucky this community is to have had him serve us so well. He is very much looking forward to more time to play music and golf, time with family, and just doing what he wants when he wants to do it. Miss Gaines adds, I should say I'm the lucky one. Shag is my cousin-in-law, and I will continue to get to see him. I bet some good money on him coming back and visiting as he loves Ishii and our school community so much. Congrats, Shag. Looking forward to your campus visits and opportunities to hear you play music. Congratulations, Shag Welty. Next, we will have Martina Johnson. And Martina is unable to make it this evening, and her principal, John Betancourt, is out on medical right now, so I will get the opportunity to read what John and the district wrote about Martina. Martina has been a teacher in OCESD for 19 years. Martina moved from SoCal and the Long Beach Unified School District to Northern California and the district in 2005. She began her career with the district as a 6th grade teacher at Ishii Hills Middle School before moving on to Ophir Elementary. Since the 2010-2011 school year, Martina has taught a multitude of rambunctious kindergarten students at Oakdale Heights. In the early years with the district, Martina faced being laid off a number of years in a row due to budget cuts and constraints. However, she didn't miss a beat and signed up to be a priority substitute during those times. Martina is a dedicated professional who is kind and caring, but also sets high expectations for her students. This year, Martina was selected to be the district's Certified Educator of the Year at the Ross Harmon Awards ceremonies in March. Martina, on behalf of the district admin and staff, congratulations on your award, and thank you for your years of service and dedication to OCESD students, parents, and staff. We wish you a very happy retirement. John Betancourt had this to say about Martina. Martina, thank you for putting your best self forward for your students. It takes a special person to teach kindergarten. and be the first spark for learning in a child's educational schooling. Your students love to see you every day, and even as fifth graders, they are excited to see you. Congratulations on your retirement, and please share your travel adventures with us as you go back and visit places of your childhood. Thank you. Okay, the next one is here. Beth Parmentier, please come on up.
A picture of me like you're doing a school job?
I had a very limited time frame.
That picture's great. This was not really sincere.
It's on your face.
Well, this is what we think you'll be doing here in the near future. And your school is sending me a message right now. Stanford. Anyway, Beth Parmentier. Beth has been with the district for 28 years. With the first 13 years of her career teaching in various assignments at Wyandotte, then she moved to Oakdale in 2009. Beth was the driving force behind the district's first TK class being established in 2012. She created the curriculum for our first ever TK program and put it to the test in her own classroom that was filled with eager little people in our inaugural program. This past year, Beth wanted to try something new, so she became a teacher specialist at Oakdale. In addition to her teaching assignments, Beth served for many years as president of the Oroville Elementary Teachers Association and as a negotiator during labor negotiations. At many Wednesday evening board meetings, we would see Beth's smiling face in the audience. One evening, while the board was in closed session, Beth was quietly sitting on the floor on the council chambers, putting together colorful pages of an upcoming lesson for her students. Thank you, Beth, not only for your dedication to your students, but also to the Oakdale community and staff throughout the years, these past decades. We wish you a very happy retirement. And then John shared, I'm honored to have worked with her for the last 8 years. I want to thank you for your honesty and guidance. You have always been the best interest of the students and staff in all of your intentions and actions. Congratulations on retirement, and we are all excited to hear about your adventures. Congratulations. Thank you very much. And you can go ahead and the next is Rochelle Linden, teacher at SDO.
Congratulations.
Evening. So this is a picture of Rochelle and I actually taken today. Rochelle has a special place in my heart. Rochelle was my daughter's teacher when she attended SDO. And last night, my daughter and I were talking about this award and how Miss Linden couldn't come. And she said, well, Mom, we have apples in the fridge. So today I presented her with an apple and I read the staff and I presented her with the apple and read this little bit about Rochelle. Miss Rochelle Linden has worked for Oroville City Elementary School District for the past 33 years. She has this entire time worked at SDO in multiple places. It's my pleasure. I've worked with her since 2021. It's evident to me during this time that Rochelle is a teacher with exceptional skills and dedication to her students. Her commitment to high standard for her students and inclusive education helped her students be successful throughout the years of teaching. In addition, she has mentored many student teachers and is known for her support and collaboration from her fellow teachers. Rochelle will greatly be missed, but I know she will go on to new journeys and we wish her well. So, for Michelle Linden. So Miss Pond also was an aide with my daughter, so she has a special place, not only as an administrator, but with our family. She actually retired earlier this year in September. So we did a little shindig for her and invited Dr. Holtham, and she doesn't have her tiara on in this picture, but she did wear a tiara that day. So that just tells you a little bit about her. She's a wonderful gal. So Miss Laura Pond was an instructional aide with Oroville City Elementary School District for 24 years, serving students with extensive needs. Throughout her years, she has proved herself to be dependable, driven, and selfless. She has made such a positive impact on hundreds of youth in our community over the years, and we were fortunate enough to have her in our district for as long as we did. She has truly been missed, and Laura, we wish you well on every chapter in your life. Do you want me to take one for Laura and just get it delivered?
Our next one is Deb Alnata.
Yeah.
Because I'm re-rolling it.
All right. So this is Deborah Alagata. I'm just, her name is Alanata, but I can't tell you how many times we have to correct that because they're like, I think it's Miss Alagata. So anyway, Deb has been with Stanford Avenue School exclusively for 100 years. Any of you know the Little House on the Prairie? What I really think of, this is not an old reference. What I really think of when I think of Deb A is Mrs. Beadle. Anybody watch Miss Beadle? Did you ever watch Little House on the Prairie? Miss Beadle, the teacher? Okay. Miss A has touched so many lives. They constantly come back and see her. I walk in her room. There is nothing but teaching happening, but joy on their faces. She is such a welcome part of our staff, such an experienced person that helps our younger teachers flourish and grow. And we are just going to miss her expertise so much. Don't. And I've already talked her into coming back and doing some math days. So Miss A, Stanford Avenue sends you off with the most loving care. And we are going to miss you so much. And I do have a present for you, but it's in my chilled cellar.
Yes, you get to choose one.
Eeny, meeny. Gold.
Blue. What color of blue? Is it light blue? It's really pretty. Is it coastal blue? Look, my coastal blue. I like
Yeah.
it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm excited about my blue.
Congratulations.
Assuming Deb Corwin's next, right? I'm assuming Deb Corwin's next.
Yes.
Okay. I won't sit down. It's like church. Then.
I'm gonna cry.
Our next one, Deb Corwin.
Yes. The Debs.
Very low key and unassuming.
Mhm.
Um,
So Deb Corwin has been with us for 10. Oh, okay, better. I was overshooting it than undershooting it. 10 to 11 years. COVID doesn't count. So she came on to us. She came onto our staff as our speech and language pathologist, and she has been a wonderful addition. She is very low key, yes, but fits into our staff quite well because you've got an underlying sassy little personality, and you know it, Deb. I've been on lunch conversations with her, and we have some funny times. We are really going to miss her, but I will tell you, when I got the email that she said, I'm retiring, I was really sad because we're going to have to find somebody. And you've been such a great asset. And so, like, on it and organized. And anytime I get that little data sheet that says the unaffirmed IEPs, Stanford's never on there because our teachers are on it. And Deb is one of them. But at the same time, I was so thrilled and so happy because I know that she was a part of the Paradise Campfire and her house survived, but that didn't necessarily mean that it was all happy and great times, as those of us know. So I was just really happy that she was going to be able to move along, have a happy journey, and be on her way for the next part of your life. And we are going to miss you, and I'm going to talk you into coming back too. Okay. All right. Love you, Deb.
Deb, do you want to come back? Because we need that.
Yeah. We need you.
Our next is Claudia Roberts.
All right. So Claudia Roberts she retired earlier this year and she was unable to make it today. She did work for Stanford for a lot of years. She showed up every single day. She did love the kids and she was a quality person on our staff. So I wish her the best. I have people that can, yeah.
The next is Teresa Lukanik, and I'll come down there to read. I have to say, you've retired like 3 times.
This is getting like deja vu.
I know. But you're finally getting your apple tonight.
I know.
So that's the big
Feel
thing.
honored. Thank you.
Teresa has been an educator for 36 plus years in various capacities throughout Butte County. In fact, she worked in the district classrooms as a technology instructor from BCOE prior to being hired by us. The district was thrilled to have Teresa join our family in July 2017 when she came on board as a principal at Ophir. In January 2022, she transitioned to the district office and became a principal on special assignment, where she took on tasks in the curriculum and instructional department and also assisted principals at their sites when needs arose. In addition, Teresa coordinated and was principal of our 22-23 summer school programs. Last year's partnership with the California State Parks was so much fun that our summer school enrollment was at capacity and attendance was at nearly 100%. With Teresa's extreme tech savviness and hands-on approach to leadership, her boundless amounts of energy and love of bright, cheery colors, she has touched the lives of many OCSD students and staff throughout the district. Thank you, Teresa, for all that you've done and continue to do for OCSD as sub-principal. Oh, and by the way, you're failing retirement. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Let's for comment. Does he take it bigger?
No, you can take it. I just document who takes it to make sure they don't get it.
Oh, wait, there's somebody else. I'll wait. I'll wait.
Next one is Paul Mabey, Food Service Coordinator.
Paul Mabey came to Oroville City Elementary School District in 2005 after a career in commercial food service. He's been with us for the last 19 years and change. If you've ever met Paul, you know he's a quiet, kind of unassuming guy. He doesn't like meetings. Paul, though, is highly skilled as his supervisor in the time I've been here. He's not the kind of person that brings you problems. He's the kind of person that solves it in-house. He cares deeply about children's nutrition and his employees very much. And that's something we talk about a lot. Also, if you know Paul, you know he's a very deeply spiritual person. And then, of course, if you've ever asked Paul about pigeons, it is the ultimate rabbit hole of your life. To the point where I'm on the internet and here someone calls him Mr. Las Vegas. And you're like, what in the parallel universe? But anyway, I will really miss Paul. He really has a calming demeanor and is a really consummate professional, and I've appreciated working with him.
And last but not least, Stephanie Wisterman, Payroll Technician.
All right. Stephanie retired a little bit ago. She worked for 12 years, almost 13 years at the Butte County Office of Ed, and then worked for 10 years at Oroville City Elementary School District, making about a 23-year career in school payroll. She was really a pillar of the business office for Oroville City Elementary School District. During some of OCESD's toughest times, right after she first came to Orville City Elementary School District. She's one of the people that really got us through and was able to keep the train on the track. She is, unlike Paul, is very outgoing personality, showed a great leadership in the business office, and has had a very, very high degree of technical mastery of her job. In my opinion, and in the opinion of other people I've talked to, we felt like she was probably the top payroll person in county schools. So she's greatly missed. We have, a wonderful replacement, but she really was at the top of her game. And she has moved to Arkansas, and she's spending time with grandkids and enjoying her retirement.
Thank you very much. And again, we want to honor and thank the years and years of great service that all of you have rendered us. Thank you so much and good luck. Beth, if you want to grab Martinez. Yeah.
Holly, do you want to take Alice?
Yes, if you guys would like to get a cookie, you're welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting.
33 years I get it.
And a nice gift. And I'll come by tomorrow and give you a hug, okay?
Hugs. More than gifts. See you tomorrow. Yeah. You play basketball. Yeah. Yes. You got me.
We will now move on to presentations. The Early Literacy Support Block Grant Update. Oakdale
Tom?
Heights for 3 years.
Tom, take it away.
All right, thank you, sir. Good evening, Mr. James, Ms. Felder, Dr. Holton, Madam Vice President, Ms. Torres, Ms. Barnes, Mr. Legrone, Ms. Gutierrez, and Mr. Cox. On behalf of Oakdale Heights and Mr. Betancourt and the community of the school, I'm pleased to update the ELSP grant for the school. We are in our third of 3-year for the grant. Oakdale Heights has been blessed as the only school, I think, in the district to get that grant and one of the few in the county to get that. And we have been able to serve many students, grades K to 3, but we're focusing on 1 to 3 grades today. And we have been using SIPs as our core driving instructional item for that program to support literacy. We have been able to serve 71 students in 2021 and 22, grade 1, 2, 3, 68 in 2020, 22 and 23, and 41, 2023 and 2024 this year. That's not including the SIPS program in support of kindergarten and also 4th and 5th graders. So with the money that we got from the grant, we were able to hire teacher specialists and aide, and also consultant for SIPS program, a coach that came and coached us in person and also online last year. This year, we forego that to use some of the money to get extra aid with the program. Needless to say, I think it's been pretty successful in the sense that we have been able to serve many of our students who are reading 3 years below grade level to catch up in the reading, focusing heavily on phonics. So we develop our students who are identified 3 years below to develop their reading skill. And if we follow our cohorts, say our first grader, and they progress through the 3 years, they have exited, whether going through the progression of the program from beginning level to extension level, which is equivalent to first grade, and then our challenge level. James. So look at this slide here. If we, as mentioned earlier, we serve, the grant supports kindergarten through third grade. We're not, I didn't include kindergarten because at kindergarten level, it's really difficult to determine whether they're 3 grades behind or not because they haven't been in school. But we would identify first graders who are emerging reader in phonics, and we focus on supporting those students to come up and become beginning readers as they approach their grade level. So some of the highlights that we have for the grant is that throughout the course of the 3 years that we have it, we have been able to decrease 70 from 20 to 6 or 14 students in the first grade between 2021 and 2024. So that's a 70% decrease for that grade. 46% decrease from the same time span for second graders, 26 to 14 or 12 students. 16% decrease from the same time period for third graders, which is 4 students. But if you were to look at the cohort of third graders going from 2021 to 2024, the third graders would have been exited already if they were to stay in the program for that long. So it's been really effective because it's research-based and evidence-based phonics program, SIPs. And we have been lucky enough to purchase the program with the generous grant to be able to support many of our students. And those are the highlights. The other ones are not as focused for first through third graders. So if you have any questions about it.
Thank you, Tom, for sharing this information. And what I want to highlight for the board is that through the years, we're getting less and less students that need this intense intervention, and that's the whole goal. Now, even though the grant is expiring, Tom will continue to be a reading specialist or a teacher specialist at the site. Beth Parmentier, who's retiring tonight, she was part of that grant, and she's retiring, and we're not replacing that position because the grant is expiring. But most importantly, the data shows that kids are exiting the program, and we're able to exit them, and so that we can not only exit them, but the following year we have less kids that we have to even put in the program, and that's the whole goal. Is that hopefully we won't need a teacher specialist to be able to serve these students that are 1 or 2 or even 3 years behind. So thank you very much, Tom.
Thank you. Indeed, once they develop the phonics skill, the reading will progress. Thank you.
Thank you. Now to the action section. Public comments on action items. The board will extend invitation to interested parties who wish to speak on items that are listed on the agenda. For those attending remotely who wish to comment, use the raise your hand button to be called on to speak. The Brown Act does not allow the governing board to discuss or take action on any item that is not posted on a posted agenda. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes per person, 20 minutes per subject. Any comments?
There are none.
moved on to the consent agenda. Does the board have any questions on the consent agenda? Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, abstained? Passed with 3 votes. We will now move on to new business. Set public hearing dates for 2024 to 25 district LCAP and budget review adoption.
So the LCAP and budget have to go together. And I believe the dates are set as the 2 board meetings in June, which is the traditional schedule for the LCAP and budget to meet the requirement. But also, of course, this is one of those things that needs an additional proclamation by the board saying that we're going to have our board meeting with a public hearing on the days we say we are for some reason.
Thank you. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion. We approve the item with the noted dates.
I second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passed with 3 votes. Approve memorandum of understanding with the Orville Elementary Teachers Association, minimum days and voluntary extra duty days.
It is recommended that the MOU between the district and the Orville Elementary Teachers Association regarding minimum days and voluntary extra duty days for the 24-25 and 25-26 school year be approved as presented.
Does the board have any questions? Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passed with 3 votes. Consult agreement for staff development activities at Ophir School Atlas.
It is recommended that a consultant agreement with Lisa Atlas of Durham, California be approved to provide monthly professional development activities to Ophir staff during the 23-24 school year as presented, not to exceed $3,500.
Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any noes or opposed? Passed with 3 votes. Review OCESD's second interim budget approval from BCOE.
So this is the letter that we receive that typically I think goes to the president. So we weren't sure if you guys would get a chance to see it with Sharon being out. But it discusses BCOE's review of our second interim budget. This is the typical type of letter. I think the big warning that they're trying to convey, that I also have been trying to convey, is that we're starting to get into a pretty unstable and negative budget time. But they ultimately accept our budget as presented. So there's no action to take. It's just a review item if you had questions.
Thank you. Does the board have any questions? Okay, moving on to business and finance. Adopt resolution authorizing continued funding application FY 2023 to 2024.
We had something similar at the last board meeting. This is similar to that, where this is for the state preschool. It's an application to be funded. It's just one of the many steps that we're taking to keep the state preschool operating. Just a lot of boxes to check, and this is one of them.
Okay, does the board have any questions? Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any noes or abstained? Passed with 3 votes. Approve memorandum of understanding with the California School Employees Association, Summer School 2024.
So it is recommended that the MOU between the district and CSEA regarding the 2024 July and June summer school sessions be approved as presented. Just want to make note that this specifically has to do with the fact that our employees need to work on Juneteenth because the state requires us to have 15 days or actually 30 days of summer school, and we need 15 in June and 15 in July. And so to make that requirement, we need to work on Juneteenth.
Does the board have any questions? Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any noes or abstain? Pass with 3 votes. Accept bids for track pavement project studios at Central.
So the track between Wyandotte Academy and the studios at Central currently has a decomposed granite surface. We're looking at having it paved and then also, and these are the bids for the paving part of that project. And then once it's paved, we're going to have the solar reflective paint put on it, but doesn't need to go to bid, but that's just a little extra piece of information. Because it's going to be an exciting project. I think it's going to be great for the community. So these are the bids that have come in to pave the track. And looking for you to accept the slate of bids.
Does the board have any questions?
I just have a comment. I just want to thank you on behalf of the community. Walking on that decomposed granite when it's wet, it gets under your socks and you get a road rash. It's really awful. So I'm very happy to hear that this is being paved finally.
And with the solar reflective surface will make it so it's not as hot to walk on as well. So hopefully it'll make it for a more enjoyable experience.
When we get this project totally completed, we will do kind of a grand reopening with the city because the city played a big part in getting the funding for this project. If you've been out there, the project is mostly completed except for this last step. It looks great. Our PE classes in our schools use the track so much more because it's a much better surface and there's drainage now. And it used to be when it rained, that would be out of commission for weeks and weeks because of huge puddles, and now it's not. So I'm excited that we're going to be able to finish the project, put on the reflective paint so that it's not nearly as hot. I also recommended that we get it painted with lines and things.
Yeah, that's part of the
Yeah.
the paint.
So it's actually like a regular track as well. And so, and like I said, when that's completed, we'll do a grand reopening with the city because of that partnership. So
Be nice.
Can I get a motion? Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Any abstained or opposed? No. Pass with 3 votes. Award contract for track pavement project studios at Central.
It is recommended that the board select All American Construction of Sutter, California. They were the low bidder in this project.
Does the board have any questions? Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
No noes or abstained. Pass with 3 votes. Okay, personnel, adopt resolution 23-2410, resolution for release and non-reelection of certificated long-term substitute and temporary employees.
So this we do every year because of state education code. Our substitutes that work every day, if they work a certain amount of days without us releasing them, then they become permanent employees. And so we need to release them formally through this process so that they aren't permanent employees.
Does the board have any questions? Can I get a motion
I make a motion, we adopt resolution 23-24-10.
and a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
No noes or abstained. Pass with 3 votes. Approved declaration of need for fully qualified educators.
It is recommended that a declaration of need for fully qualified educators for the 24-25 school year be approved as presented. As we have talked about and done in years past, this is in case we need to do emergency credentials or emergency STIPs or PIPs. If we're not fully have people who are fully qualified, we're working very hard this year, as we do every year, to try to have all of our new teachers that are hired to be fully qualified. But this gives us the ability, if we don't meet all those needs, to do emergency credentials.
Thank you. Does the board have any questions? Can I please get a motion?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
No noes or abstained. Pass with 3 votes. Approve annual statement of need.
Sorry about that. It is recommended that the annual statement of need for 30-day substitute and designated sub-career technical education 30-day substitute teaching permits for the 24-25 school year be approved as presented. Again, this is another one of those things that to employ substitutes, we have to every year bring it back to the board to say, yes, we approve substitutes working in our schools that have 30-day permits.
Does the board have any questions? Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
No noes or abstain. Pass with 3 votes. We will meet, adjourn the meeting at 6:35.
Now we can sing happy birthday to Lisa Torres. You don't want to hear me sing though, Lisa.
I want you to be the first one to sing.
Happy birthday.